Write a narrative account analysing King George's War, 1744 to 48. You may use the following in your answer: Fort Louisbourg, Peace of Aix-la-Chapelle, 1748. You must also use information of your own. 8 marks. Here's the mark scheme for this question, which you can find out about in more detail in the overview video. 4 marks here are available for AO2, which requires you to write an analytical narrative. In order to do that, you need to be discussing causes of the event, consequences of the event, and changes within the event. Explaining the importance of each of these and how one thing led to another is really important if you want to be analytical and score highly for this question. That brings us on to AO1, which is worth the other 4 marks, and that is for your knowledge and understanding. So you can, of course, use the stimulus points, but there are some mark ceilings in this question, which means that you can't score as highly if you don't bring in your own knowledge and show that you've got a really good understanding of the topic. These are the bands for this question, which you can also find out about more in our overview video. Have a read through and see where you think your answer might fit, then try and determine a mark. Generally speaking though, to score highly in this question, you need to analyse the links between the events that led to this particular outcome. It's not just about listing one event after another, but showing that you understand the importance of all of those things that led to this particular event. You also need to use your own knowledge to show a really good understanding of the topic. As long as the points you make when answering this question are relevant and correct, the examiner will give you the marks for them. But let's take a look at some examples of points that you could have made. So one development in your narrative could have been that the war didn't actually bring about that much territorial change in North America. And then to draw in evidence, in this case we're using the stimulus point, you can say that both sides signed the Peace of Aix-la-Chapelle in 1748, which restored conquered territory. And to explain the significance of that, so developing the point even further, you can say that the loss of life and money actually turned out to be in vain, and therefore the war did very little to resolve the tensions between England and France. There you can see it's a really nicely developed point, drawing in evidence and explaining the significance of this development to the narrative and how it moved things along. Take a look at the rest of the points to see if there's anything you could have added to your own answer.